Hello, let's see the main functionalities of the software. For the security of communications NewGenSec. We open the software and find 3 applications: NGS Browser, NGS Pure Text and NGS Files. We will see the functionalities. We will see how you can use the systems. Let's start with NGS Browser. I start like any other browser. I can find the home page. In this case, Google. The system will give me this window. I accept and enter. So I am on search engine. And as in the other browsers, I can write my research in this box. Or in the other one. For example, let's take a quick look at the application by WhatsApp. As when I enter with the other browsers. By WhatsApp I do exactly the same operations. So I scan the QR code. And I enter WhatsApp. These are previous tests that I have already done. We have the usual functionalities of WhatsApp. And in WhatsApp I can write a text as usual. Let's say it's this text. It can be any text obviously. Let's say I entered this text. At this point, I can highlight it and encrypt it. Or with these buttons. Encrypt, decrypt. Or by using the right click. Decrypt, encrypt. Naturally, before doing it, we have to enter a password. For example, Viale Abruzzo 33. But it can be any password. The system goes from red to green. During you are writing a complicated password. It is obvious that the interlocutor will have to know the password. So in this case Viale Abruzzo 33. I can highlight my message. And then decrypt or encrypt. In this case, obviously I will have to encrypt. This is the encrypted string. I copy and paste it. And send it. My interlocutor will receive this communication. And only who knows the password will be able to decrypt the text and answer. The interlocutor answered. I can highlight the encrypted text, and in this case, I reiterate, either by using these buttons, or by using the right click. Decrypt the message. The message that my interlocutor sent is, well, did you make the call to Martin about the agency rate increase? This notice that has opened now is produced by the system at each time interval. Asks me whether I want to stay or close the system.
Simply so that it doesn't stay open without the owner's control.
I decide that for the whole session. As long as I do not close the software, it will no longer show me the message. It is a security check. Well, at this point we will be able, with these other buttons, to create files. Always to be placed in the chat. However, in an encrypted way. For example, I could attach a file that I produce in this way. I decide that I want to insert a document. The document could be this. If I insert it like this, it would obviously be unencrypted. So I will do this. I will open the system to encrypt the files.
Here I could copy or
highlight and copy the password. But I also have an automatic system like this that transfers within the system the password.
I accept that it is transferred,
and the system automatically transfers it to me. At this point, I could take a video or a picture as an example. Let's take the photo, for example, of horses or even the text.
Or any file, even a PDF.
What we have, we can encrypt it. So I open it. When I go to encrypt the system, asks me, where do I want to put the encrypted file? I decide to put it in test directory. You see that when the system produces an encrypted file,
it puts the word NGS before the file. So it doesn't change the file name, but it adds NGS.
I could also change the name of the file so that it would be not comprehensible. That is, it is not needed that the file name remains the same. In that case, I can save it. I saved it perfectly. I can minimize it
in case I have to reuse it, or I can close it.
I minimize it, it's here now. So I can add the document, which is my encrypted picture. Let's see that the interlocutor will be able to take the picture and operate in the same way. Then download it, decrypt it, and answer. Let's say that we have seen the main features. This is a system that allows to do the same thing, so enter.
Encrypted files, in this case encrypted text.
We have the same functionality that allows me to share the password automatically. It can be useful in case I have multiple chat. I can generate more windows. With different passwords for each interlocutor. In this case it was given the possibility to change the border color
so that you can immediately recognize
the interlocutor. For example, these 3 colors. So I can talk through one of these windows. Let's say, chat 1,
the chat 2, the chat 3.
If we had this necessity, the system gives this possibility also to encrypt files. For our media files, from the perspective of the browser, it is intuitable. For instance, also the use with Gmail.
Let's say we enter our Gmail.
But obviously it can be any mail system that I can have online. In this case, I'm going to log in. As in any system, I will enter the password.
And I will enter my Gmail. In Gmail I can click to send an email.
In the subject I will write
test mail.
I can also encrypt the subject. I can use a password like Viale Abruzzi. But it can be any password. So I go to encrypt the subject, copy and paste it. And then I insert the example text. As before, I can encrypt or decrypt. In this case, I have to encrypt with the right click or directly with these two buttons. I copy the text, I write it, I send it.
I go to see my email in the sent email box. This is the email
we sent. What is important is that the system allows you to encrypt. And only those who know the password will be able to decrypt it.
Let's see the use of the two apps without opening the browser.
For the text app, it is intuitive. I can launch it. I can write a password. I can write a text to be encrypted. We now understand how the system works. And now I have the encrypted string that I can enter on any app of messaging. However, beyond these considerations, this is the way to use the app without opening the browser. Now we can see how to use the software to open and create encrypted files.
I will use NGS file.
I will enter the password. Now the software allows me to encrypt. For example, a video.
You can see that the system puts the prefix NGS.
To recognize the encrypted file, I can change the file name and rename it by any name. So by saving it, effectively no one can ever know what was entered into that file. Save encrypted.
OK. Encrypted file was created successfully.
Let's go to see the folder. And we have the file that was named test movie.
And now it is called NGS greased.
Now we could decrypt this file
by dragging it, or by using browse file.
For convenience we drag it and we decrypt it. We save the decrypted file. To show that now the greased file, it works again. I know it is a video, and I will open it as a video. And so the system will succeed to play the video.